Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadramai, Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Anantadev, Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Anantadev. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Sisi Gauranitai. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaurahari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaurahari Bo. ये नाम संकीर्तन की श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। So we're reading from Canto 1, chapter 8, text number 41. So some prayers of Queen Kunti. अथ विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशम् इमं छिन्दी दृढं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु। अथ विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशम् इमं छिन्दी दृढं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु। अथ विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशमिमं छिन्दी दृढं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु। विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशमिमं छिन्दी दृढं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु। अथ विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशमिमं छिन्दी दृढं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु। अथ विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशमिमं छिन्दी दृढं पाण्डुषु वृष्णिषु। अथ therefore Vishwa Isha, O Lord of the universe, Vishwa Atman, O Soul of the universe, Vishwamurte, O Personality of the universe, universal form, Sakeshu, unto my own kinsman, may my Nehapasham, cry of affection, Imam, this, Hindi, cut off, Dridam, deep, Pandushu, for the Pandavas, Vrishnishu, for the Vrishnis also. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Prabhupada ki. O Lord of the universe, soul of the universe, O personality of the form of the universe, please, therefore, sever my tie of affection for the Pandavas and the Krishnas. A pure devotee of the Lord is ashamed to ask anything in self-interest from the Lord, but the householders are sometimes obliged to ask favors from the Lord, being bound by the tie of family affection. Srimati Kunti Devi was conscious of this fact, and therefore she prayed to the Lord to cut off the affectionate tie from her own kinsmen, the Pandavas and the Vrishnis. The Pandavas are her own sons, and the Vrishnis are the members of her paternal family. Krishna was equally related to both the families. Both the families required the Lord's help because both were dependent devotees of the Lord. Srimati Kunti Devi wished Sri Krishna to remain with her sons, the Pandavas. But by his doing so, her paternal house would be bereft of the benefit. All these partialities troubled the mind of Kunti Devi, and therefore she desired to cut off the affectionate ties. A pure devotee cuts off the limited ties of affection for his family and widens his activities of devotional service for all forgotten souls. The typical example is the band of six Goswamis who followed the path of Lord Chaitanya. All of them belong to the most enlightened and cultured rich families of the higher caste, but for the benefit of the mass of population, they left their comfortable homes and became mendicants. To cut off all family affection means to broaden the field of activities. Without doing this, no one can be qualified as a Brahmana, a king, a public leader, or a devotee of the Lord. The personality of Godhead as an ideal king showed this by example. Sri Ramachandra cut off the tie of affection for his beloved wife to manifest the qualities of an ideal king. Such personalities as a Brahmana, a devotee, a king, or a public leader must be very broad minded in discharging their respective duties. Srimati Kunti Devi was conscious of this fact, and being weak, she prayed to be free from such bondage of family affection. The Lord is addressed as the Lord of the universe, or the Lord of the universal mind, indicating his all powerful ability to cut the hard knot of family. Therefore, it is sometimes experienced that the Lord, out of his special affinity towards a weak devotee, breaks the family affection by force of circumstances arranged by his all powerful energy. By doing so, he causes the devotee to become completely dependent on him and thus clears the path for his going back to Godhead. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापतिकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं श्रीरं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादा सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नाम नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेष शून्यवाद पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरते नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधा कान्त नमस्ते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि प्रीत्यै। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं चैते यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं। Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for Sunday morning Bhagavatam class. Today we are discussing the 8th chapter of the first canto, speaking prayers by Queen Kunti. So, pray marathon service for 3 days and more, pre-preparation and festival, so post-festival, sort of hangover. Devotees are coming out of that hangover. So myself also, sort of hangover, late night, late morning. Thank you all for coming today morning. Good to see some devotees in the temple hall. So here, uh, this verse of Queen Kunti, the positive 41st verse that we're going to discuss on. So this is a verse about cutting the knots. Kunti Maharani, after offering, glorifying Krishna, after remembering his pastime, glorifying him as Supreme Personal Godhead, starting from Namasya Purusham Gatyam onwards, he glorified Krishna, and then he remembered Krishna's favors to her. Right? The first 5 verses, he just glorified Krishna. Next 5 verses, she remembered, she offered her gratitude to Krishna. So Krishna protected her and her family in many times at the time of crisis. So then after that, she glorified Krishna's appearance and activity in a couple of verses. This is how the prayer should be offered. First, you glorify the person, then you offer gratitude to him, glorify him further, his purpose and activities, and then later on, you ask some favor from. Not that first conversation only start asking, give me this, give me that. Kunti Maharani, she didn't want to ask anything from Krishna, but still, because he being Prabhupada says, no, a pure devotee is ashamed to ask anything in self-interest from the Lord. Pure devotees don't like to ask anything from the Lord. But householders are sometimes obliged to ask favor from the Lord, being bound by the tie of family affection. So that family affection pushes the person to ask favor. So my mother is sick, please pray for her. So my son or daughter is not getting married, please pray for her. It's like some favors. They're not pure devotional service. They're not prayers of pure devotional service, but such prayers one is forced to ask. But here Kunti Mahani is asking a reverse prayer. Generally, we will ask for a favor which benefits material life, but Kunti Maharani is telling, no, cut off the material ties. I don't want any material connections with my family. That's a prayer. Atha Vishvesha Vishwatman Vishwamurte Sukeshu me Sneha Pasham Dridam Imam Chindi Dridam Pandushu Purishnati. The Drida Pasha, strong ties of affection are there in a family, especially the close family, the husband, wife, children, mother, father, that close family. There are a lot of family ties, strong affection. So that affection may sometimes become an obstacle on the path of Krishna consciousness because one has more affection to the family, and that may force a person to ask material favors for the benefit of the family. So it may impede a person from practicing pure devotional service. So that's why Kunti Maharani is asking this favor from the Lord to cut off the ties of it. Now Krishna was leaving from Hastinapur to where? Dwarka. Now both the parties, Dwarkavasis or Hastinapurvasis, both are dear. Hastinapurvasis will be Pandavas. Pandavas are very close to Krishna. They are cousins. Kunti Maharani is auntie, auntie. And then Yadus, they are also very dear to Krishna. Krishna is a Yadava, he's not Yaduvamsha, Vasudeva, Devaki, Ugrasena. They're all very dear to Krishna. They're all Yaduvamshis. There is Satyaki, there is Uddhava. Krishna is also described as Vrishni Vamsa Pradipaha. Krishna comes in Vrishni Vamsa. They are all sub branches of Yaduvamsa. Bhoja, Andaka, different Vamshas were there. So Krishna had connection with this, specifically Vrishnis. So Krishna wanted to go back. Now whether if he is in Hastinapur, then the Dwarkavasis, they are in separation. They are in Kunti Maharani is feeling they will not get the association of Krishna. My brother Vasudeva is there, Dwarka, he is not getting association. And if I tell Krishna to go there, then we will not get the association of Krishna. So he is not able to say go, she is not able to say stop. So he is very troubled in the mind because of family affection. She is not able to focus on glorify because of this kind of Dvandva in her mind. That's why he offered a prayer. Krishna cut off this type, both the sides. Dhanam, Pandushu, Vrishnesha. By cutting off this ties, then one can become free, focus on Krishna, and practice Krishna consciousness wholeheartedly. So this prayer goes to show that how material affection can be an obstacle. So there are certain things which disturb us in our Krishna consciousness. Because Radheshna Guru says they are all peace. P, 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 P. So first P is penny. When he's chanting Hare Krishna, the penny. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. How much profit I'll get? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I have invested this much in the bank. How much it must have become? How much? So penny. Or if there is crisis in home, financial crisis, that also can disturb. How to get more money, how to work hard. Penny disturbs sadhana. Then there is position. Position can also disturb one's sadhana. Like upadhi. I am the boss. I am the director. I am the HOD. I am this or that. That ahankara of beings of some at some position can disturb one's sadhana. Right? Because one will not be able to get the mood of humility. Pranadapi suni chena but that mood will not come because he is attached to that position. He thinks I am great. So penny, when there is position, when there is possession, my home, My car, thing happens to my car, and whole japa gets disturbed. Suddenly, ahankar, right? Somebody pinches my ahankar and disturbed. So much so disturbed that for days together I cannot forget what has happened to somebody, especially when somebody insults us or speaks something harsh to us, stays in the heart. It's so possessions. Then there are people. So people, uh, there can be two kinds of things. One, those people who create trouble, so they disturb harshly to us or somebody insult us. That, that stays in the heart. Like Karnabana, it is said. That harsh speech is Karnabana. It enters through the ear and pierces the heart. Very certain. When Duryodhana insulted Vidura as the son of a kept mistress, Kasi, Vidura felt so bad. Duryodhana is very young. He's like a son to Vidura, and he spoke such harsh words. So Vidura got upset, heart was pained. Immediately he left the home and went out. He felt that I should not stay in such an association where harsh speech is being spoken, where one is not respected. He left that place and he went to take association of sages. He went to take association of Uddhava. He also took association of Maitreya. So Karnavana, so people, and there is people who show affection for us. They also, the example is Bharat Maharaj. The deer was so affectionate to him, and he also became affectionate to the deer. And because of mutual affection, he became a deer, my dear, dear. By calling my dear, 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 he became a deer. So that affection for the people can also be an obstacle on the path of Krishna consciousness. So penny, position, possession, people, see. I told only for your five. Penny, position, possessions, people, power, yeah, power also can disturb one's sadhana. In this way, these are the five P's one should get rid of, by which one can focus peacefully on Krishna. Right? If that's why Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita, if you want to be peaceful, you should understand peace formula. What is peace formula? Yatva mam shantim rachati. If you want to be peaceful, so we have to understand that Krishna is the enjoyer, Krishna is the controller, Krishna is our friend. When one has complete faith in this word of Krishna, then he can be peaceful. Generally, we think that I am the controller. मेरे बिना पत्ता भी नहीं हिलेगा. Without my permission, not even a plate can move from the temple. If you think that I am the controller of everything, then what will happen? He'll be disturbed. Because if things don't go his way, he gets disturbed. So understand that Krishna is in control. Of course, we should plan properly to do all the services, our planning, and delegation, empowerment, and everything. But despite all that, if Krishna has another plan, I accept it. He'll be peaceful. We hold on to our opinions and ideas, and this is the way it should happen, then what will happen? We get disturbed. When you sit for japa, it's disturbing. Why don't people listen to me? I give such wonderful ideas. Why nobody listening? So understand that Krishna is controlling. Krishna has also better plans than us. So in this way, one can be peaceful. Bhoktaram, Yajnatapasam, Sarvaloka Mahesham, Sarvaloka Mahesham. Bhoktaram, Krishna is the enjoyer. Only I want to enjoy. But if we focus on Krishna's enjoyment, then that will bring us peace. Right? So we should not focus on our enjoyment, but for Krishna's enjoyment. And then third formula is Suhurdam. So Krishna is our friend. He's there for us in thick and thin of life. Sometimes when there is difficulty, he's still there. And when there is have material happiness, he's still there. In all situations, Krishna is there with us. So by having faith in that, this formula, one can move ahead. So there is a saying that look ahead and trust Krishna. Look behind and thank Krishna. Look around, serve Krishna. Look within, find Krishna. We should look ahead and trust Krishna. In future, there may be many challenges, uncertainties which are going to come. Trust Krishna. So Arjuna is an example for this. Because Krishna told Arjuna, you fight, you're going to win. I'm there. So Arjuna trusted Krishna and he fought the battle, and after 18 days, certainly there was victory. And Kunti Maharani is the best example of look behind and thank Krishna. When Kunti Maharani looked behind, she saw that at every step Krishna was only protected. Vishan Mahagne Purushada Darshana Asat Sabhaya Vanavasa Kritkataha Mridhe Mridheneka Maharadastrato Dronyastra Hare Virakita Hare Abhirakita. Krishna, you protected us again and again and again, so many times. So life, you see, from Pandava's birth till now, so many difficulties. And every time Krishna was there to protect. So look behind and thank Krishna. Look ahead and so this is what we can learn from Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is about Arjuna. Look ahead and trust Krishna. Bhagavatam talks about Kunti Maharani. Look behind it. Uh, thank Krishna. And also Bhagavatam talks about look around and serve Krishna. Amrish Maharaj is looking around how to serve. With eyes is seeing the darshan of Krishna. With the ears, with hearing Krishna Katha. With the hands, is doing Marjanam, Indira Marjanam. With his legs, he is doing Pradakshina. With his head, he is bowing down and touching the lotus feet of the deities, devotees. In this way, he is finding every opportunity to serve. This is what we can learn from Gita and from Bhagavad. So, Kunti Maharani is expressing her gratitude to Krishna and then he's telling, this material affection is becoming an obstacle for me in my Krishna consciousness, so cut off. So, Krishna eventually cut off all her ties. She became fully. All these partialities troubled the mind of Kunti, and therefore she desired to cut off the affectionate tie. So one classic example of this material affection leading to fall down is Bharat Maharaj. So what he left and what he became attached. So he left his children. He left his. He said that there's a verse in Bhagavatam which says, "Jaho yoyo malavat uttama shlokalalasa." For the first time, Yo dushtajan darasutan suhurut rajyam pradishprita. Yo dustyajam, that which was very difficult to give, he gave up. Right? Dara, wife, the children, and then Kosha, his wealth and everything, very difficult to give up. Suhrit Rajyam, he also gave up his friends, well-wishers, he gave up his kingdom. Chaho Yuvaiva Malavat. It is said that he gave up everything just like one passes stool in the toilet. One doesn't stay there long time. But just flushes, comes out. Just like that, uh, Bharatmar left his kingdom and didn't even turn back. He didn't even turn back to look, second look. Sometimes I see, when you're traveling in train, relatives come to drop their relatives. Typical scene, especially if they're leaving. I saw when the parents are leaving her The daughter, I think she was going for education, trying to. So daughter was trying, trying to try. And 5, 10 times they're looking behind. That shows that strong affection between parents and the child. Bharatmar, it said, Jahu Yoya Malava, didn't even turn back. He just left with such a intensity that he never turned back to have a second look. And people may be crying, people may be requesting, stay back, stay back. Just left, never looked back. Yuva Eva Malava, he was young. So this is Satyuga, and people had a lifespan of 100,000 years, a long life. So at that time he left. Yaho Yoya Malava, Uttama Shloka Lalasa, because he had a great intense desire to attain Krishna. Lalasa. That Lalasa should be there. Intensity. Right? If that intensity is to find Krishna is very high, then he doesn't mind sacrificing anything to him. Right? He can sacrifice everything. San nimitte varam tyago vinashe niyate sati. It is said that a devotee, for the sake of Krishna, he is ready to sacrifice anything and everything. If it is reading 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, where Vasudeva and Devaki are glorified. Um, it, Vasudeva gave up his 6 children to get Krishna. He gave up his 6 children. He sacrificed his 6 children to get Krishna. Kim dussahanno sadhuna padaryana krita atmana dustyajam kim krita atmana. What cannot be given up for the sake of Lord Krishna by those who have fully surrendered at his lotus. This sloka is coming in connection with Vasudeva and Devaki sacrificed their 6 children, one after other. So it's not so easy to get Krishna child. Thoroughly test the surrender of the devotees and he appears. So this is what it takes to have Krishna. Thoroughly test. Like I was saying yesterday, that gold, if it has to become 24 karat gold, it has to go through a lot of. Not when you get the ore, gold ore, the earth is impure. It has to go through so much process. It has to go through washing, it has to go through cleaning, then it has to go through heating, it has to be melted. Uh, so then finally pure gold is coming, and then after that that will be rubbed and tested, and so many testing processes. Sometimes rubbing, sometimes beating, sometimes melting. All such processes happens, and finally we get 24 karat gold. Similarly, to get 24 karat devotion, pure devotion, Siddha Bhakti, Krishna makes the devotee go through all these tests. And more a devotee goes through the tests given by Krishna, he becomes more and more purified, more and more purified. Like you'll see the life of Pandavas, they went through difficulties, and through every difficulty, their glorification, their devotion was glorified. Their devotion became more and more intense. So because a devotee takes shelter of Krishna, he becomes more devoted. Krishna puts more tests, and he becomes more devoted. In this way, he becomes more and more pure and pure. So that's how Krishna makes his devotees pure. So here, Kunti Maharani further is telling, a pure devotee cuts off the limited ties of affection for his family and widens his activities of devotion service for all forgotten souls. The typical example is whom? 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Some people think that Sanyasi Vandya, he has left his home, he is not taking care of family responsibilities. But actually, why a person renounces his family so that he can embrace a bigger family? he takes the responsibility of a bigger family. Right? So he becomes more broad-minded. The Prabhupada uses the word broad-minded. Comes below. Then those who are lagu chetasaha, narrow-minded. Ayam nijaha paro veti ganana lagu chetas. Those who are narrow-minded, they think me and my family. If I am happy, my family is happy, I don't care about anything. That is lagu chetasa. Maybe a little extended family, cousins or nephews or niece, like extended family. That is narrow-minded because he doesn't care for anybody else. But udara charitanam vasudhaiva. Those who are broad-minded, for them the whole world is their family. They not only care about their family, but they also care for the entire world. That is udara charitanam. The example is six Goswamis. So six Goswamis gave up their family, their position, their wealth, they gave up everything. People, possessions, penny, everything they gave up. For what? What is the purpose? To Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association. To get the association of Lord Chaitanya and to serve. त्यक्त्वा तूर्णमशेषमण्डलपति श्रेणीं सदा तुच्छव भूत्वा दीनगणेशको करुणया सोऽभीन सन्तोषितो. That Goswami asked him. Srinivas Acharya ji is glorifying his Goswami and is telling that Tyaktva Turnam. They gave up everything. Ashesha Mandalapati Shreni. They gave up the company of the aristocratic rich people. If we can compare to the contemporary rich people, very rich, thinking rich. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, very rich. Raghunath Das Goswami, like Indra Sama Ishwarya. That much wealth he had. So what did Tyaktva? Just like Bharat Maharaj gave up his wealth, similarly, Goswami also gave up their wealth. And they took to renounced order the life of a mendicant. Bhutva Dina Ganesha Ko Karunaya. To do welfare activities for Dina, like to very fallen people, Ganesha Ko, to bring auspiciousness into life, out of compassion for them. They gave up everything. And Kaubhina Kanthashito. They lived a very, very simple life with meager clothes and no shelter. It is said that every night they used to sleep under a different tree. Why? Because एक जगह पे सोएंगे तो attached with. When Srila Prabhupada was walking and he saw a tree and a lot of bird dropping, and the disciples were also falling. So Prabhupada looked at them and said, so what do you understand? What bird dropping? What do you understand from that? What, what do you understand from that? So many droppings. Means what? They're attached to this branch. They're attached to this dropping. So the devotee doesn't want to get attached even the place of sleeping out. So that's why in Brahmacharya Ashram, our sleeping, we have only lockers. Sleeping anywhere is fixed. There is no fixed sleeping place. In many like Goswami. Base also, we don't have any fixed sleeping place for any boys. Else have lockers. Fixed locker space, sleeping anywhere. You can sleep there, you can sleep here, you can sleep there, you can sleep. So no attached. Our family means okay, there'll be living room, bedroom, kitchen room. That's one there's attachment. My room, my table, right? So, and if something goes from here to there, it's so disturbed. Why did you take it there? Mine. That's the cause of bond. Me and mine. लघु चेतसा अयम निजो परो वेति गणना लघु चेतसा उदार चरितानां तु वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम्. So that is broad-mindedness. So Goswamis gave up their aristocratic position for the sake of welfare of the society. They were roaming in the forests of Vrindavan and searching for Krishna. हे राधे व्रज देविके चललिते हे नंद शूनो कुटा. हे गोवर्धन कल्पपाद पतले कालिंदी वने कुटा घोषान्ताविति सर्वतो व्रजपुरे महाविष्णु वंदे रूप सनातनो रघु श्रीजीव गोपालको. They are searching for Krishna. Hey Radhe, Vrajadevike, hey Lalite, hey Nandasuta, where are you? Are you on the foothills of Govardhan? Are you under the Kalparvriksha tree? Or are you on the bank of Yamuna? Where are you? Goshanta with Sarvato Vrajapure, Sridhar Mahat. Feelings of separation, they were roaming in the forest of Vrindavan, searching for Krishna. So the Goswamis gave up their wealth to teach us how to search for Krishna. And not only that, they wrote many books. And through books, they glorified Vrindavan. Echai Gosai Jabe Vraja Kailova Radha Krishna Nitya Leela Horilo Prakash. Because these six Goswamis left everything and went to Vrindavan, they glorified Vrindavan through their writing. So many books they have written glorifying Brajadham, and through them only we have access to all the Radha Krishna Leela. We were in a program and one of the gurus was asking, Guruji, in South India nobody worships Radha Krishna. How is it in Vrindavan they worship Radha and Krishna? That's because of six Goswamis. Because they revealed, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed Radha Tattva in great detail, but the six Goswamis expanded it and revealed to the fullest extent. Even during Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, there is no Srimati Radharani's deity being worshipped. Govinda Dev, Madan Mohan Dev, Gopinath Dev, they were all there, but Radharani was not there. Radharani was understood to be in the heart of Sri Krishna. She was there in the heart of Krishna. When Srila Prabhupada installed the deities in Delhi, then Prabhupada said, we call Radha Parthasarathi. But Parthasarathi is in Kurukshetra. He's driving chariot of Arjuna. Where is Radharani there? Yes, good question. Where is Radharani? How can we call Radha Parthasarathi? Radharani is always there in the heart of Sri Krishna. Radharani is there in Bhagavad Gita. Can I put a quiz for you? Can you mention Srimati Radharani's name in Bhagavad Gita? Where is Radharani mentioned in Bhagavad Gita? Mahatmanastu. That is it. Mahatmanastu Mampartha Daivim Prakriti Mashtritaha Bhajantanan So Gyata Bhutadi Jayam. Says here in Bhagavad indirectly. Mahatmas, my devotees, take shelter of my Prakriti. Daivim Prakriti Mashtritaha. Who is the Daivi Prakriti? Internal energy of Lord Krishna. So Krishna says, but indirectly, not directly. Bhajanti Ananyaman. So those great devotees, they worship me with all their heart. So Radharani is there in the heart of Sri Krishna, even in the battle of Kurukshetra. So Radha Parthasara. So this Radharani's tattva was revealed by the six Goswamis. Later on, the Goswamis installed deities. So the king of Orissa, he sent, he, Radharani came in the dream and told that, no, send my deities to Vrindavan. So then he made deities of Radharani. and sent it to Vrindavan, and Janodevi installed all these deities in Vrindavan. So then Radha, Madan Mohan, Radha, Govindadev, Radha, Gopinath, like Radha, Raman. Right? Even Radha Raman is only Ramana. That's all, but Radharani is there in the heart of Raman. And when Gopal Bhatta Goswami got the deity, Damodar Shila became Radha Raman. Radharani is not explicitly there, but is there in the heart of Krishna. So that's how this Radha Tattva was revealed by the six Goswamis. Radha Krishna Nitya Leela, Purita Prakash. And without them, we would not have got access to Vrindavan. It would have been like any other town or a city. But now, when we go to Vrindavan, we can see all these holy places because they excavated. Lord Chaitanya had specifically told the six Goswamis, you go stay in Vrindavan and excavate the lost holy places. Nobody knew where was Keshi Ghat. Nobody knew where was Akrur Ghat. It was all forgotten. 5,000 years back it happened. How will people remember? It's a long time. So the Goswamis went and they revealed. Lord Chaitanya came and revealed certain places like Radhakund, Ramkund. Lord Chaitanya personally revealed them. But other places were revealed later on. The deities installed by Vajrana were all lost. The Goswamis came and the deities got revealed to them. Then they started worshipping and installed them in the temple. So that's the contribution. Six Goswamis. All of them belong to most enlightened and cultured rich families of the higher caste. But for the benefit of the mass of population, they left their comfortable homes and became mendicants. To cut off all family affection means to broaden the field of activity. To broaden the field of activity. So generally, a person serves his wife and family. Like we were in R.R. Nagar Friday evening. Prasad School had arranged a Thanksgiving ceremony for the volunteers for his Janmashtami. And one of the persons who just got connected after Rath Yatra, uh, after summer camp, May, he started coming because of summer camp. Child was coming, he was like coming. And he spoke there. Everybody was requested to speak. And he spoke that my only circle was me, my family, and children. That's all. That was the scope of activities. And many of his relatives used to tell, why are you not going to temple? Why are you not worshiping God? Why are you not doing this, that? He said, no, right now, this is my priority. But when he started attending the programs, that day he was telling that he developed such strong faith in Krishna now. So Krishna did so many miracles in his life. He said, now I'm fully faithful. Now my scope of activities has broadened. Now another center here. So he did service from morning 5 o'clock till night 11 o'clock. They were there in the program and serving. So much shift of consciousness. Just being from narrow-minded to widening the scope of, broadening the scope of activity. All of us also, we can be confidently saying that initially me, my family, my job, and my home, my workplace, and my relatives. That's all. But now, so many, especially those who are preachers, we have so many families to look after, so many those who become counselors and caregivers. Your scope of activities broadens. You don't even look after your family, but you look after others also, isn't it? It broadens the scope of our activities. And those who become gurus, spiritual masters, for them like oh my big family they have embraced. Right? So it is a small sacrifice to bigger service. Without doing this, no one can be qualified as a Brahmana, a king, a public leader, or a devotee of the Lord. So those who want to preach Krishna consciousness, they have to come out of this comfort zone. They have to broaden the field of activities. Only then they'll be able to preach. They have to give time. Preaching means what? You have to give give time. You have to give your consciousness. You have to give sacrifice. Even sometimes your money. That I've seen so many devotees. Their home has become temple. Like His Grace Mathura Shampoo. His whole home has become temple, and he stays in one room in his home. His home, but he stays in one room, and whole temple is given. So devotees chavi bhi deti hai. Anybody can come anytime, open, worship the Lord, stand, read. So and he has made a schedule also. Who will come for Aarti on which day? And every day devotees come for Mangal Aarti. And even if it's not there, things are going on. So he has made, there's no private life, there's no public life. So home has become public. Dara Charitam. So without doing this, without being broad-minded, no one can be qualified as a Brahmana, a king, like a prime minister, a king. He cannot say, no, I have family thing to do, I cannot do this service. The service comes first and then other things come later. He has to put service in the front and then keep personal things behind. Then only he can take that position. If somebody wants to take that position, he has to be at this level of sacrificing his personal needs for sake of society. Only then he can be. But if somebody becomes a king and he says my this and my that personal work, then so many others will suffer because of that. He has to put this in the forefront. That's why those who take such responsibilities are glorified. Right? A Brahmana also, he just lives by begging. He doesn't. Only one has to work to maintain his family. But a Brahmana, the ideal Brahmana, he doesn't work. He's just serving. Patan, patan, yajan, yajan, dana, patita. Whatever comes for charity, he survives. Sudama Brahmana. He had no job because he was so busy doing his dharma. There's no time to maintain his family. And wife was complaining, there's no food in home for you. Please do something. Why don't you ask Krishna for it? And he went to Krishna to see Krishna. He was so excited. Oh, I'll get a chance to see Krishna. And he forgot to ask what he came for. That's the nature of a Brahman. He doesn't ask. He comes, he takes. So then Krishna gave so much abundantly. Right? Sudama was surprised. कृष्ण भगवान जब देते हैं तो छप्पर फाड़ के देते, इतना देते कि दो हाथ से पकड़ नहीं सकते, जब छीनते हैं तभी cannot hold it. One cannot become a public leader without being proud-minded, or a devotee of the Lord also. You cannot become a devotee. You cannot be narrow-minded and be a devotee. You have to be broad-minded. You have to care for others. Vidya, Vinay, Sampanne, Brahmani, Kavya, Pandita. One has to see everybody as equal and then you have to serve others. So there's also another Vishek Krishna Kalmacha. Sarvabhuta Hitarataha. Bhagavad Gita. Here. Who becomes a devotee or who gets Brahma Nirvana? Can you repeat? Labante Brahma Nirvanam Rishya Kshina Kalmashaha Chinnadvaidha Yathatmanaha Sarvabhuta Hiterataha. Those who are beyond the dualities that arise from doubts, whose minds are engaged within, who are always busy working for the welfare of all living beings, and who are free from all sins, achieve liberation in the Supreme. Qualification to attain Supreme is what? Sarvabhuta Hiterataha. One has to engage in including Krishna consciousness, welfare activity. What is welfare activity? Topmost welfare activity is sharing Krishna consciousness with others. Only a person who is fully in Krishna consciousness can be said to be engaged in welfare work for all living entities. Right? So, Prabhupada says, the sufferings of humanity are due to forgetfulness of Krishna as the supreme enjoyer, the supreme provider, and the supreme friend. Therefore, to act to revive this consciousness within the human society is the highest welfare for race. So, if one engages in work, then such kind of activities, then one can attain Brahma Nirvana. Can attain. So, to become a Good devotee also one has spoken broad mind, one has few of ahankara, mamakara. The personality of Godhead as an ideal king showed this by example, by exercising Mother Sita. He cut off the affectionate tie to Mother Sita by sending her to the forest, not forest, the hermitage of Valmiki. So, because people were doubting, maybe Lord Ram is, there's a fault in the character of Lord Ram. The one who was speaking that Lord Ram is accepting Sita, who stayed with another man for almost 10 years. So, they're doubting the character of Lord Ram. And the leader should be beyond any doubt. If people doubt the leader, then people will not listen to him. There will not be any, he cannot enforce discipline. So that's why to clear the minds of all people, what he did, he sent Mother Sita to Valmiki Ashram. Then he proved this, that he is moral, he is no fault. So then people's faith in the king develops. Such personalities as a Brahmana, a devotee, a king, or a public leader must be very broad-minded in discharging the respective duties. Srimati Kunti Devi was conscious of this fact, and being weak, she prayed to be freed from such bondage of family affection. The Lord is addressed as the Lord of the universe, or the Lord of the universal mind, indicating his all-powerful ability to cut the hard knot of family affection. Then this hard knot of family affection is very difficult to cut. It becomes more and more thick. Very difficult. Putting a knot after knot after knot after knot. And sometimes you would have this experience of where and gets entangled because while rolling, some people don't roll it properly, and while removing it becomes one knot. They use it like that again, roll it, and second time it becomes second knot, third knot. And to release it, they have to spend half an hour. So it's difficult to remove, but the Lord, nothing is difficult for him. He can easily cut off all the knots. Therefore, it is sometimes experienced that the Lord, out of his special affinity towards a weak devotee, breaks the family affection by force of circumstances arranged by his all powerful energy. Hare Krishna. In first canto, Bhagavatam, there is an example of Narada boy. That example fits for this statement of Prabhupada. The Narada boy was very, mother was showing very much affection towards this Narada boy. I think let's go to the verse. It was nice. This was तो हम पुरातीत भवे भवम मुने दास्यस्तु कस्याश्चन वेदवादिनां मृदुकृतो बालक एव योगिनां शुश्रूषणे प्रावृषि निर्विक्षताम्. Actually, he was a dasi. Mother was a dasi. Kasyasthana Vedavadina. At the time, some great sages come there, and then uh, they both of them serve, mother and the son. Both of them serve, and after serving for 4 months, Narada gets full realization, full knowledge of, not realization, full knowledge of Krishna consciousness from the Bhakti Vedantas, and he continued his life with his mother. And after 4 months, they left. After that, what happened is told here. Ekatmaja me janani yoshin modha cha kinkari mayatmaje ananyagato chakre snehanubandhanam. It is said here, I was the only son of my mother, who was not only a simple woman, but a maid servant as well. Since I was her only offspring, she had no other alternative for protection. She bound me with a tie of affection. If somebody is only a single child, when parents show all their affection to that child. So Narada was also like that. And father was also not there, only mother was there. So mother showed all their affection to his son. And Narada says that I was bound by that affection. Then what happens? सा स्वतन्त्रा न कल्पासि योगक्षेमम् अमिच्छति ईशस्य हि वशे लोको योषादारुमयि यथा. He says she wanted to look after my maintenance properly, but because she was not independent, she was not able to do anything for me. Aswatantra, she was not independent. The world is under the full control of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, everyone is like wooden doll in the hands of the puppet master. And although she tried to do her best, she was very poor, had not many resources at home. She took care as much as possible, but she could not do all the comforts to the child because she was not independent. Because we are all controlled by karma. Yoshit Darumayatha. Just like wooden doll is controlled by the puppeteer. Like the puppeteer lifts her like this and hand goes up. Just let go up like. Similarly, we are all controlled by string, three modes of material nature, which are tied to our body, our mind. We are not free. We act certain way against our will. We speak certain things against our will. And because we are forced by the modes of material nature. We are controlled. So she was also not independent, so she was helpless. Aham chatat brahmakule उशिवां तत् उपेक्षया दिग्देश काल कालव्युत्पन्नो बालकः पञ्चहायनः. When I was mere child of 5 years, I lived in the Brahmana school. I was dependent on my mother's affection and had no experience of different and he had never seen outside country, outside world. It was only with Gurukul and home. Gurukul and home. बस इतना ही पता था. He was completely dependent. Such children are very dependent on mother and father. So they don't know anything in the world. Now comes the tragedy, life of Narada. Ekada nirgatam gehan duhantim nishigam pathi sarpo dashat padasprishtaha rupanam kalachoditah. Ekada, once upon a day, on one fine day, nirgatam gehan, he went out of the home. Duhantim, to get milk, to milk the cow. Nishi, in the night. Pati Sarpadasa Adasat, and while walking, she she was bitten by a snake. Padas Prishta in the leg. Kripanam Kala Choditaha, by the will of time. Nobody can stop such happening. It happens. Death has to come one fine day. They're all fallible. They're in Martyaloka. Jatasihi Dhruvo Mrityuhu. Somebody is born has to die. So by the power of time, when the right time comes, Kala comes, then we die. Once upon a time, my poor mother, when going out one night, the milk cow was bitten on the leg by a serpent, influenced by the supreme time. So this is the purpose. So try to digest this purpose. It's difficult for because material affection doesn't permit us to digest. That is the way of dragging a sincere soul nearer to Lord. The poor boy was being looked after by only by his affectionate mother, and yet the mother was taken from the world by the supreme will in order to put him completely at the mercy of the Lord. Right. Once we get Radhesham Prose analyzing this purpose, different angles. What would have happened if mother and here Narada and mother would have stayed together for whole life? What would have happened? What would have happened? Narada would not have become Narada Muni. Then what would have happened to mother? Mother would have got attached to the son and then in his education, then his marriage, and his grandson. Should have become he will become busy whole life in all these activities. And so they're going back to God, it may get delayed. Or they may lose the chance. And Narada would have also this boy would have become busy in his own occupation and job and would he would not have become Narada Muni the next step. Right now we call him a Narada boy, but his name was not Narada. We call him a Narada boy, but we don't know what is his name. Not mentioned. Right? Aham Puradita Bhavam Bhavam Dasyastu Pascha Sana Vedavadina. It's just mentioned as Dasi Putra, that's all. It's not mentioned. Of course, in another canto, it's mentioned that he was a Gandharva called Upavarhana. So it was to become a Dasi Putra. So there is a Kirtan, supposed to be his Kirtan slot, but he started singing some weird songs. So Devadaji became upset here. What are you singing? Glorify the Lord, you become a Sudra. So first, then, somehow fortunately got the association of great souls, and then he got a chance to become a great devotee. Now, if this separation would not have happened, maybe Narada would not have become Narada Muni. Because Narada, this boy became Narada Muni, what would have happened to mother? What has happened to his mother because he became Narada? Huh? Spirit. Any doubt about that? Narada Muni's mother, any doubt? No. So, Lord arranged in such a way. This is the way of dragging a sincere soul nearer to. Because this boy became Narada Muni, mother got delivered. Maybe one more life you might have taken and then became pure duty and went back to God. Because Prahlad Maharaj was given promise with nothing there. Three Saptabihi Pita Bhuta Pitrve Sa Tenakha. 21 generations. Your 21 generations have got delivered because you have become a pure devotee. Right? Similarly, in any family, if somebody becomes a sannyasi, it is that big number is told 60,000 people who get delivered in his family. So, so Narada Muni must have delivered so many people. And of course, after he started preaching, he delivered so many. Right? Who are his disciples? Murgari, Murgari hunter. You see the range of his disciples. Murgari the hunter, then Valmiki and dacoit, Dhruva Maharaj, son of king, then Prahlad Maharaj, a Rakshasa, Asadev, literary incarnation Lord himself, then Haryashwas, Shaudashwas, Chitraketu, Prachetas, Prachetas father, Prachini Parishad, Dhruva Maharaj, right? Priyavrata, Putrasura, Chitraketu only. See, because Lord dragged him, what service he is doing? He broadened his scope of service. There is no, he cannot even stay for more than 3 days in one place. So that curse also Lord gave him. उनको घूमना ही है. You cannot stay in any place. So he dragged him from home And then he's traveling everywhere. Lord is making arrangement in such a way that he cannot stay in one place for 3 days. He has to continuously preach. So this is the mercy he was given. तदा तदहमीशस्य भक्तानां क्षम अभीप्सतः अनुग्रहं मन्यमानः प्रातिष्ठं दिशमुत्तरम्. Now this is another greatness of this boy, that generally when such a calamity comes in anybody's life, so somebody dies, generally people think, Mera saath kyun hua? Why did Lord do this to me now? Especially when the child is 5 years old. There's no father to take care, no mother to take care. Why Lord is doing this to this child? Okay, that's a plan. Lord has a plan. He is a real father and mother. Tameva mata, pita tameva, tameva bandhu, tameva, tameva vidya, Dharanam tameva, tameva sarvam. He is there now. Why should he worry? A person who has such faith, he will not get disturbed. He will take shelter of it. And Krishna will ensure palan poshan, everything will happen. So anugraha manyamanam. So I consider this as the grace of the Lord on. This is the greatness of Narada boy. So generally people curse the Lord. I hear many people told me, "Mere saath aise kyun hota?" And some people become atheist also. Even practicing devotees sometimes become atheist because of something happened in the past. But they don't have faith in Lord's protection. They don't know that Lord is in control. Bhoktaram Yakyatatasam Sarvalokamaheshwara. Suhridam Sarvabhutam. Lord is in control. At the right time, Lord will take care of everything. Right? So, Pratishtam Disham Uttaram. After he did the final rites and everything, then he left to Uttaram. He also didn't stay at home. Right? So, he left to northern direction. I took this as a special mercy of the Lord who always desires benediction for his devotees. And so thinking, I started for the north. Confidential devotees of the Lord see in every step a benedictory direction of the Lord. What is considered to be an odd or difficult moment in the mundane sense is accepted as a special mercy of the Lord. A person who considers difficulties to be special mercy and thanks Krishna, he is qualified to go back to God. What the verse? 10th canto. Tattenukampam susamikshamaну bhunjan evatmakritam vitakam हृद्वाग्वपूर्भिर्विदधे नमस्ते जीवे तयो मुक्ति सदे सदा सदा है भक्ति पदे सदा है. So in difficulties when he folds his palms and says, "Thank you, Krishna. I deserved more, but by your grace I'm getting less of trouble. Thank you." Such a person is qualified to actually he can claim mukti. Mukti pade sada hai bhag. Sada hai bhag means a right to hair. Right? So he can claim mukti. So mundane prosperity is kind of a material fever. Actually very chosen word, strong purpose, Prabhupada is writing here. Mundane prosperity is a kind of metal fever, and by the grace of the Lord, the temperature of this metal fever is gradually diminished, and spiritual health is obtained step by step. Mundane people misunderstand it. Very good purpose to think and meditate on. Suddenly, people think that if I'm becoming more rich, more famous, more popular, and there is increasing metal fever. Already temperature is there. Why to increase temperature? Here, Prabhupada tells a story. There was one rich lady and she had an assistant. So rich lady felt little feverish and servant also got fever. And the doctor came to check the temperature. She put the thermometer in the rich lady's mouth and was 101 watch and put the dasi, the servant 104. How can she have more temperature than me? She has more temperature. I should be more in everything. This is called foolish. Prabhupada says that this is like material fever, having metal attachment. So they having metal fever, and why to increase this fever? Why to increase the attachment? Why to increase the possessions? One should try to reduce these things. That is the purpose of human life. Reduce material necessities, reduce the material fever, and increase Krishna consciousness. Right? So that purpose is telling here. Mundane prosperity is a kind of material fever, and by the grace of the Lord, the temperature of this material fever is gradually diminished. Means it takes away. Reducing temperature means what? He removes all this attachment from the devotee's life, and temperature reduces. Krishna consciousness awakens, and spiritual health is obtained step by step. But mundane people misunderstand it. And Krishna says that if I am very merciful to a devotee, right, what he does, Harishyeta Dhanam. What is first line? Yasyaham Anugraham. Yasyaham Anugraham. When I show special affection, compassion on somebody, Harishyeta Dhanam. Tanai Prajati. Tato Dhanam. Tyajantyasya Sujana Dukka Dukkita. When money is, suppose a person is rich, many people are with him. Right? Yavadvittoparjana Shaktah Tavan Nija Parivaro Raktah. At that, when a person has a lot of money, people are there with him. Benefit is there. थोड़ा skill हो जाएगा तो हम ले लेंगे. Get some benefit out of it. तो यावदितोपर्जन शक्तः तावन निज परिवारतो. क्षीणे वित्ते कः परिवारः. When the wealth is gone, all people go. कोई भी Avanti Brahmana, he was rich. But when he became poor, nobody was there with him. In fact, all the relatives left him. They left him. That's the nature of this mortal world. So, tato dhanam tyajantyasya sajana. So, when the money is lost, when Krishna steals away money, people also go away from him. Dukta dukkita, he becomes very troubled. But he becomes akinchana. When person becomes akinchana, Krishna becomes his wealth. The Kunti Maharani said, Namo akinchana. Your wealth of those who are impoverished. So what wealth you want? You want material wealth or you want Krishna wealth? Who is the real wealth? Any doubt? So those who are doubtful, they will not be able to appreciate this purpose. But those who know that Krishna is the real wealth, Krishna is like a diamond. We want him. Krishna Prema is what we aspire for. They will be able to appreciate this purpose because when you get Krishna, you get everything. When you have Krishna with you, you have everything. So that's how we should see that Krishna helps us come closer to him. And it is not that when the material ties are cut off, other people are suffering. No, Krishna makes plan for them also come closer to. Okay. So this is the purport of Kunti Maharani. Right. So Srila Prabhupada writes last time. Uh, yeah. Therefore, it is sometimes experienced that the Lord, out of his special affinity towards a weak devotee, breaks the family affection by force of circumstances arranged by his all-powerful energy. By doing so, he causes the devotee to become completely dependent on him and thus clears the path for his going back to Godhead. So these were some of the thoughts on this purport of Kunti Maharani. Very difficult words to speak, but I tried my best as far as mentally and learning can be. Is there any comments, worries? Take break. There. Break. Yeah. When you're doing japa, you're trying to call Krishna's name, and mind doesn't like it. Materialistic mind doesn't like it. But calling two over Krishna's name, mind feels difficult. His mind wants to enjoy his comfort. So we have to prepare the mind to chant. That's why before chanting, one has to recite prayers, then chant. Pray, pray. Audible? Audible? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So we have to prepare the mood. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught Dikshas where he is saying that no dhanam, no janam, parim pushtam, parim pushtam, ainam nujat, parim pushtam. Krupaya tava pada pankajas dhuli satat. So Lord, somehow I have fallen in this ocean of misery. Please pick me and place me as the best of your lotus feet. Naham vipro na chanarapati napi vaishnav. Naham parim चित्रपति न वांछते गुरु नाम कोपि भर्तु यो कोपि neither a Vipra nor Sudra, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vishya, or any of the four Varnas, and neither of them I am just servant of the servant of the servant. So more we cultivate this mood, to that degree we can be fixed up in our consciousness while chanting. But if we chant with the mood of I am the owner, I am the controller, I am the maintainer, I am the champion, when it comes, we will not be able to cry out. We have to prepare our mood. Behind.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, when there is difficult circumstances, the Shastras recommend that we exercise tolerance, that we focus more on the Lord, we take shelter of the Lord, and we see the Lord's hand in the situation. So, in one sense, we have to accept the situation. But in real material world, we see when a problem comes, if we don't take timely action, the problem can spiral out and become a very complicated situation. Could be simple things like even health-wise, or someone troubling us who is of a very uh, bad intention. So, should we counteract an unfavorable situation, or we accept everything? So, where do we draw the line? How much do we accept, and where do we count?
It, the way a person acts depends on the level of difficulties come. Person responds as per the level of his. Here, Nardu boy, he responds. But I respond other way also. He responded to take full credit of as per the need and his. And if you see Pandavas, difficulties came in their life, they also responded in different ways. Different devotees responded in different ways in similar circumstances. So when Draupadi was in difficulty, she tried her best to control the situation by save herself. She tried her best with whatever energy she had, whatever intelligence she had. But when things went beyond control, she fully surrendered to Krishna. So Pandavas, they tried to get their kingdom back as much as possible. They were cheated, they were insulted, deprived of their rights. Till they tried their best to get it by peaceful means. When nothing worked, then they depended on Krishna. So Krishna said, "You fight." what Krishna said. Bhagavad Gita is what? Fight. Arjuna didn't want to fight. Krishna forced him to fight. So then they became an instrument in hands of Krishna and then they won the battle. So we try our best as per our uh, whatever intelligence and capacities we have. Depending on Krishna, we try. And when things go beyond, just Krishna, fully surrender to you. Full surrender. You can try to rectify the situation, but you cannot escape. When things go beyond control, you have to raise your hands to Krishna. You control to Krishna. Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for your very wonderful class. Prabhuji, one you are telling that look within and find Krishna. For that,
Narada
the
boy.
yeah, that's what.
Exam is
Thank you.
Narada. He went and sat under a
Thank you.
tree. He was meditating on the instructions of Bhaktivedanta. And he meditated on the form of the Lord as described by Bhaktivedanta. And Lord suddenly appeared in his heart. And it disappeared. So look within and find. Mataji said,
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the enlightenment class. You spoke about attachment in this verse. So, what is the thin line one should draw between attachment and duties, especially in the Grahastha ashram?
yeah, the duty comes first. There is a duty. Uh, Parents to take care of the child, give education, give culture, give good environment, duty. So beautifully do one's activities, want to beautifully correct also and required. So that the child grows good environment and that attachment may be there. But as you know, the nature of this world is when the baby bird becomes big, it flies. The time the baby is in the shelter of the birds, the uh, mother father takes care and trains and everything. After that, the baby flies. You cannot stop. It has got wings. So training one can give, and beyond that one cannot control. After that one can advise. As it dutifully one should advise. Right? Correct. So Dhritarashtra was affectionate and attached to his sons, but he didn't do his duty properly. He didn't do his duty properly because he should have corrected just as rectified him. He didn't do that. So that attachment may become obstacle to the duty sometimes. So one should be doing on the platform duty. That is my duty. Take care. I'll take my thought.
I had one more question, continuing to that. Even some cases we see even grandparents are more attached to their grandchildren, and then they give more focus to you know what they are doing, how they are doing, rather than focus at that part of the age and quality.
That's why
So, what should we?
Panchashordam Vanam Vrajat. Panchashordham Vanam. After 50, one should leave home. That was Shastra is telling. I don't know. Right? If one is 50 years old, then children are already grown up, then grandchildren must have been born and takes care for some time and then leaves. Right? I have no one devotee. Devotee. Whenever I call him, he says, Guruji, I want to come, Prabhuji, I want to come to temple. Yeah, Guru, my both the children they are going to the office, his grandson is there, I have to take care. I don't know when I get a chance to fully. He's already 65 years old. How long? Like, yeah. So that's the problem with modern nuclear family. There is no joint family culture nowadays. So otherwise, there is so many cousins and so many uncles and aunts, they can all take care, but nowadays don't. हम दो हमारे दो या हमारे एक, going on like this. There's no shelter system. So in this age, it becomes very important that we have a community of devotees. We are there for each other. That's where the devotee care groups should become very active, help each other, strengthen each other. In the time of, we are all there for each other to help each other. So that's the mood one should develop. In the absence of that joint family culture, this is our joint family. We help and stay with each other, support each other, stay together. Right? So ideally, devotees come together near the temple, and it should be like a joint family. There should not be the children should not find any difference between my home and the devotee's home. Be able to go everywhere. Like when we were in our childhood, in our villages and all, doesn't matter. Some days we'll stay in this home one night, and they will stay in that uncle's home, this home, that home. That is family. There's a shelter system. Sometimes we'll not come only home. We'll stay there for weeks together and then come home. It means that there is good support system available for the children to grow. Right? So that kind of uh, relationship to develop, and that becomes a very healthy community there. Right? It these children are our children, not my children. That kind of consciousness when it develops, then you put place for children. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. For that. Prabhuji, what we were reading that when difficulties come, then one takes it as Krishna's mercy and an opportunity to advance in Krishna consciousness. But we see that uh, it happens more when that particular person is in association with some kind of bona fide spiritual path. Otherwise, it's very difficult for them. At the same time, in our own lives, while practicing Tatma Bhakti, as you said, it depends on our level of consciousness. Although we read, but sometimes we are able to take it in that way. But other times, talking about myself, may not be in that consciousness, that level to be able to take it. So, what can
That's why hearing is important. Because Narada Muni heard, Narada boy heard from Bhaktivinoda was continuously 4 months of Chaturmasya. He was surcharged with that devotional service, philosophy. He was became very steady. उच्चिष्टलेपान् अनुमोदितोद्विजये सकृन् संकुञ्जये तदपास्ति किल्बिषये एवं प्रवृत्तस्य विशुद्धचेतस तद्धर्मैवात्म रुचिः प्रजायते. He got taste for Krishna by the association with those devotees. So when the calamity came, he was not disturbed. Similarly, when we are surcharged in the association of devotees with Krishna consciousness, what happens? Even if calamity comes, one is not disturbed. One is able to handle it. But people who don't come regularly to hear, don't read Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Many have purchased Bhagavatam, but if you read also Bhagavatam, you only just lie there, dusting in the shelves. One should read Bhagavatam, then you'll see examples of great devotees who underwent difficulties and how they faced those difficulties. So then we'll know, okay, what I should do in this situation. That maturity will do. So that's why one should constantly hear and read such things. Then one will be able to make the appropriate choice. Otherwise, by default, one will make the other choice. One will become depressed. One will become get into anxiety. Right? One will start complaining, fault finding, such kind of things will start. So when we hear, one will be safe. The hearing is important. Hare Krishna, I think it's time. You are the controllers. I am peaceful.
Like that's Hare Krishna Prabhuji, very good lecture. Vidura, who is Yamaraj, is a Mahajan. So why did he take the insult from a cruel person who is known to be harsh?
Yamaraj is a Mahajana, that's true. When he came to this earth, he came to preach and take association of devotees. So Whole life he was there in Hastinapur with Dhritarashtra, Shakuni, Duryodhan, Karna. And he was a devotee, but he had no association of very good devotees. So when this insult came to him, you see the verse he says. Similar verse, what Narada Muni spoke, similar verse Vidura also speaks. सहितमत्युल्बणकर्णवाणे भ्रातुः पुरो मर्मसुताडितोऽपि स्वयं धनुर्द्वारि निधाय माया गतव्यतो यत् उरुमानयानः. He understood that this is the work of Lord's Maya. Lord is indicating that don't stay here. Because in the future, war is going to happen. If you are here, you have to fight against me. मेरे ऊपर तीर मारना पड़ेगा तुमको, तुम चले जाओ. Another reason is so much bad association here. Please go for some satsang. So Vidura left and went to satsang. He went to all the holy places, met the devotees, heard from them, and finally he met Maitreya, which is like a climax. In this way, he understood this is the effect of Lord's Maya, and then he left. Although he was a Mahajan, he tolerated, he didn't react, he didn't react to Duryodhana. He just left. Swayam Dhanur Dwari Nidhaya. He left his Dhanush and went out. Katavyatho. Katavyata means without being sorry. He was not sorry. The insult. Okay, you insult me, no problem. But now I am going to Krishna. He went. That's what Bhagavatam says.
One more question. Thank you very much for very nice class. There is a sense of despair rather than inspiration after knowing the high standard. My current state and distance to travel for pure bhakti. So how to overcome this sense of despair and take it as an inspiration?
Yeah, we are all with you. We are in company. We are going together. So don't be discouraged. We have for I spoke these things. I am not at that level. I'm speaking, repeating, that's all. We are all there together. We are on the same boat. Somebody is little high, somebody is behind. And there are pure devotees. They are calling us, come here, come here. Narada Muni like that. This is the standard, come here. They are showing the standard. But we are all there together. No need to be discouraged. Okay. Let's stay together and go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We are all in the boat, no? When you're rowing a boat, everybody has to row together. If everybody rows together, we go fast. कोई छोड़ दिया तो so let's all endeavor together so that we can go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, the question I had was this is actually a follow-up with what Prabhuji had about the anxieties or the disturbance that come through. The pertinent problem that is that the problem which have the disturbance would have been resolved. But the problem is it stays, it lingers over. And at any point, some other time it comes up again. How do we ensure, Prabhuji, that you don't linger on that particular issue?
We should have something better to think of. You're below the clouds, you see the clouds. Sometimes you see shadow. Sometimes you see light. Sometimes there is rain. But when you rise above the clouds, there is no more shadow, no darkness, no rain. Aman. I heard this analogy from his Shamanand. When you're below the cloud, you think, oh, disturbance, immense, all this. But when you raise above the duality, the cloud of Maya, then you become Brahmabhuta Prasannatma, no Shotati, no Kamshati, Samasarvesh, then you can go back to it. You should have some higher thing, higher purpose in life. This lower Hare Krishna. So your question is dampened by this. Marathon service. So nobody worried about hunger, thirst, food, sleep. For the fully into service. And after this, no complaints. This is not good. दो दिन पहले भी यही था तब दिखाने का ना they are focused on what goal then must be success family is function should be successful when you are focused on the higher goal lower things and all we ignore duty ऐसा है वो वैसा है this and all these things go out of the mind but when there is no higher purpose then fault findings the time is there a lot of free time is there so then mind start brooding over these petty issues so we should have a higher goal in life so that we focus on we should have some purpose so Prabhupada has given a purpose distribute books preach Krishna consciousness temple inauguration now there's another goal we will forget all the things and generally after you achieve something very big now then suddenly there is nothing to do then mind gets a chance then starts fault find so that's why we should have always some challenge to complete that's a Prabhupada never kept his devotees one challenge after another, double it not few challenges so no time for Srila Prabhupada ki jai Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai
Hare Krishna. I'm pretty sure everybody would have nourished this churning that has happened today. So this is the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam. So those who do not have the personal copies of Bhagavatam, please ensure you have your personal copies of Bhagavatam. This is the right time. And those who have should gift it to others. And read also. And attend classes also. So let us all thank Prabhuji from the bottom of our heart and express our gratitude by loudly chanting Hare Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We do not have any sponsors today. So anybody would like to on the spot sponsor today? Prashada? Anybody would like to? Hare Krishna. Let us all chant once Hare Krishna. Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. One of my cousin brothers yesterday he left his body. I had a sudden silent heartbeat. Somewhere in his spot, state for Gaurahari. So kind I back at the lotus of all the groups. So he left his body in the holy place of Ujjain, the sea of Lord Shiva, and there is also his found Madan Mohan temple there. They pray for the onward journey of the soul.
Let us all once loudly chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ekadashi is tomorrow, and the Parana time is 6 up to 6 till 10:14, 6:09 to 10:14. Those are donors. We are requesting all those donors to collect their prasadam from the courtyard. Please ensure you collect the prasadams today. And also, as we did last Sunday, will be a voluntary service that we all can chant for the well-being and health of His Holiness Jayapratap Swami Maharaj. So those who all like to chant for Maharaj, please assemble downstairs, and we after Jagannath Ashtakam can continue chanting. We'll do chanting for 30 minutes, how much around you can do, and ensure that you write in the register so that we can convey it into the